The year was 2012. A man by the name of Charles Smego was driving his car back home after work. Charles missed a very important turn and ended up driving straight off of a cliff, killing him almost instantly. What was originally thought to just be a tragic accident is theorized to be much, much more. And the reason for that will shock you. Let's go all the way back to 2012. Annoying Orange is on the top of YouTube. Everyone knows about it, everyone either loves or hates it. But either way, it's very popular, and many companies want to get in on the fame of it. There were hundreds of knockoff channels on YouTube, a ton of fake merchandise, and of course, mobile apps. Early App Store games on the old iPhones and iPads were kind of interesting because they all kind of derived off the same ideas. It's definitely still the case now, but with very different types of games. Back in the day, we had so many talking pet apps. Big ones like Talking Tom, Talking Carl, and Talking Ben are still remembered to this day, but there were hundreds of them, of varying quality. On February 9th, an unassuming game was uploaded to the App Store, this being Annoying Talking Orange. It was kind of exactly what you would expect. A cheap knockoff of the Annoying Orange, clearly just trying to cash in on its fame. The orange would repeat what you say in a funny voice, but there were some different aspects to it. It was kind of similar to those pet care games like POW. You could feed it or play games with it. However, unlike most of these games, if you didn't play it for over a week and didn't take care of your orange, it would simply show your screen reading, "Your talking orange is dead," and you'd hear the painful scream of your orange. Now, if you were unfortunate enough to let your orange die, things would get strange, to say the very least. It would ask for access of your files, your photos, and your contacts, and strangely enough, your GPS and your location. If, for some godforsaken reason, you were to click allow for any of these permissions, things would get really, really strange. Some users reported their entire contact libraries being missing, random photos being deleted and then put into the app in weird ways. If you allowed the app to access your location, you'd be met by a really, really odd and creepy screen. It simply showed the orange on a black background with red text saying, "Annoying Talking Orange is on its way." Now, this may just seem like it's a weird kind of troll prank app, right? Well, whether or not that was is kind of unknown. There's a lot of speculation around it, but the reality of the situation is that it led to the death of Charles Smego, and here's how. Charles had installed the app as a joke with his friends. They wanted to see what would happen if the orange died, since they'd heard stories about how weird it would be, and they decided that they'd allow all the permissions just to kind of see what happens. So when the orange asked for the GPS, he clicked allow. However, nothing happened initially. Charles continued to use his phone normally, and nothing really strange happened. Little did he know his GPS was infected. On May 4th of 2012, Charles received the wrong directions. Since he worked a closing shift, it was late at night and completely dark. His GPS was messed up and gave him the wrong directions, which led to him missing a very, very important turn, which led his car flying off the mountain. Everyone around him just thought it was an awful tragedy. Perhaps his brakes broke, and there's nothing they could have done. However, those friends that he was messing around with the app with had a feeling that it was indeed the Annoying Orange app. But here's the strange thing. If you are to look up Annoying Talking Orange in the modern day, you aren't going to find anything about it. In all fairness, the app was very, very obscure, but something in me makes me think that it was kind of censored, and that at this point, whoever was in charge doesn't want us to know about it. However, there's still one website that hosts a picture of the Annoying Talking Orange app, and this is a very, very strange website, and opens up an entire rabbit hole on its own, this being IHateTheAnnoyingOrange.com. I know many of you weren't around for it back in the day, but at the height of the Annoying Orange, it was a very kind of controversial figure, to say the least. Most people either kind of just put up with it or downright hated it. There were hundreds and hundreds of videos of people killing the Annoying Orange in their own ways, since, I mean, it's pretty easy to put a little face on some fruit and then destroy it. And these videos ranged in quality. They were very popular and iconic ones like Annoying Orange Massacre, and then the much more obscure videos likely made by little kids like Annoying Orange Mr. Potato Head.
Knife. Ah!
Regardless of the quality, there was a very, very clear disdain towards this character. So much so that an entire website was made dedicated to hosting a blog for every person who hated the Annoying Orange just as much as the creator of it. The crazy part is that that website is actually still up to this day. Let's take a look at it. Upon visiting the website, we see a very, very dated sort of design, eliciting a sense of nostalgia and unease. Text on the top reads, "Welcome to the I Hate Annoying Orange blog," and then a gif of the annoying orange getting stabbed plays. Text from the creator's website is shown right in the middle. "Welcome, new users. If you find yourself hating the annoying orange just as much as I do, then you're in luck. This blog was designed by me and fellow annoying orange haters. Please stick around if that sounds like your kind of thing. I hate that fucking orange so much, so your support means the world. Steven." So now we have the name of who made this. We see posts going all the way back to January 1st of 2012. The first post seen is actually by Steven himself, the text simply reading, "Rot, you stupid orange," as he firmly grasps an orange. This website is such a time capsule of what early 2010s, late 2000s sort of hate internet culture was like. People are irrationally upset at something that doesn't really matter, and the posts really just reflect that. However, something's very, very interesting. On April 22nd of 2012, a user by the name of so-and-so posts, quote, "I think this app might be a virus. I forgot to feed my orange, and now all my contact information is missing." And what we see is one of the few screenshots of the annoying talking orange app installed on someone's devices, this seeming to be one of the old iPads. This shows something pretty important. I'm assuming that so-and-so probably only gave permission to the contacts, meaning that all their contact information is missing. And, I mean, hopefully not the GPS or location things. And it calls into question the nature of the app. Is it a virus? I mean, the capabilities that it has to mess with your phone really makes it seem like one. It's just so strange. As we scroll up on this website, we see a couple more posts, many of them being very comedic in nature, at least in retrospect. I love this post by Mr. Mink23 reading, "I hate Nintendo, I hate Nintendo, I hate Nintendo. Children play this," showing a clearly photoshopped picture of the annoying orange in Mario Kart Wii. It's hilarious, and it brings me back to my childhood. While some of these posts are funny, some of them are mildly concerning and strange. A user by the name of XXOrangeHater29XX posts a picture of the annoying orange burning in the lava, with text reading, "You won't believe how happy this made me." People were very, very, very passionate about their hate for this little character, with one user stating, "I lost my temper at the grocery store today and had to be escorted out," showing a picture of a bunch of oranges. Whether or not these were ironic in nature is unknown. Now, here's the thing, the blog posts weren't the only thing. If we click underneath that, we see fruit smashing photos, and this leads us to a pretty interesting page. Red text on the top reads, "Fruit gore," and then we see gifs of fruits being cut. Fruits corresponding to the characters that were in the annoying orange. So the first one is an orange getting sliced in front of two clementines. Text reads, "I'll make your children watch." In the second post, we see a pear being sliced up with an orange with a bunch of blood on it again. Another one saying 10 gone, 0 found, with a bloody bag of fruit, and another one missed a spot, which shows a gif of an orange being run over by a car. The last post reads, "Not a fruit," which shows a marshmallow being burned, and then text drawn out in blood reading, "Not a fruit." It's assumed that Steven posted these pictures. Unfortunately, only parts of this website actually work. If you try to create an account, it simply shows you a "please try again" error screen. Same with when you try to access blog posts that were pre-2012. This website fell completely under the radar for such a long time, until August 6th of 2023, when a YouTuber by the name of Systix made a video called "The Analog Horror of Annoying Orange." Hey guys, just making a very, very quick announcement. So I got a plushie, you should buy it. It's adorable, the arms move, super high quality. It's on sale for $40 right now. Link in the description below. Back to the video, but you should get it. The video made by Systix is very, very well made. He explains that there was an incredibly strange channel by the name of I Hate Annoying Orange. Sound familiar? It seems as though these videos were taken with a VHS camera. It shows a version of the annoying orange being peeled while he screams in agony. The channel also uploaded a video of an orange being stomped on. There were a few other videos uploaded by this channel, but they aren't detailed by Systix. Now, despite being a just straight up waste of food, these videos do induce a sort of weird and creepy vibe. Why is this person so obsessed with destroying the annoying orange? Why is there such a vendetta against it? It kind of makes you think. What's notable is that all of these videos include the link to the I Hate the Annoying Orange website. Now, I really wouldn't be surprised if Steven, the creator of the website, is also the creator of the I Hate the Annoying Orange YouTube channel. It fits. So here's the thing. Systix claims that most of these videos have been deleted. However, that's actually not true. You can't find them, but that's because they've been unlisted. Believe it or not, I actually used to watch the I Hate the Annoying Orange YouTube channel. I was in a weird in-between place where I kinda liked Annoying Orange, but I wanted to see him dead because I found the content kind of just unnecessarily violent, and when I was a kid I perceived the Annoying Orange as kind of summoning the knife and killing all these fruits around him. So naturally, like a lot of other people clearly, I wanted to see the same happen to him, leading me to find the channel and watch some of the videos. I wasn't the biggest fan, but just out of support, I liked them. So I went back and I looked at all my liked videos from my childhood YouTube channel. And all the way back in 2012, I found these old videos. Of course, I downloaded them, so here they are. The first video, simply titled Orange, shows exactly that. However, throughout the entire thing, it kind of glitches in and out. It's clear that this video was taken with a VHS camera. A weird and vibey song is playing in the background. Honestly, the song is kind of cool and would work perfectly in a liminal space compilation. However, nothing strange happens in this video. I remember it always kind of freaking me out as a kid. The fact that nothing happened and it was just glitching in and out with this old analog effect, with weird music in the background, really just made it uncanny. However, the next video, titled Death of Annoying Orange, it's quite a bit different. In this video, it seems like Steven has actually recreated the set of the Annoying Orange. Pretty well, I might add. It simply shows an orange and an apple, in the same formatting as the first ever Annoying Orange video. It then immediately cuts to two hands ripping apart this orange. Similar, creepy, vibey music is playing. The person behind it seemingly takes pleasure in ripping apart this orange, taking the first half off of it, and then going back to take off the rest. He removes about 3/4 of the orange's peel, and then starts to split it in half. The quality really takes a nosedive here. This should not be creepy. It's a person peeling an orange, but for some reason, it kind of gets to me. I really don't know why. It almost feels like I'm not supposed to be watching this. It then cuts back to the apple, which seemingly just stares, and then back to the orange corpse, and then it cuts to black. And then the last video, titled I Hate the Annoying Orange, is basically the same thing. However, eyes and a mouth are superimposed onto the orange. That's pretty much the only difference. The weird thing is that that's pretty much all the videos. The only thing in the descriptions was the website. I really want to know if anyone else saw this, because if you do remember this, then, well, you're misremembering, because it's all fake. Yeah, no, none of this was actually real. It's all just an incredibly well done video and website made by Systix, and it's just so incredibly cool. So let's take a look at Systix's channel. Now, he's been making some really, really incredible videos for a while now. His first one being how Golden Corral became the best restaurant. It's essentially a satire of traditional, kind of pretentious video essays. However, it's played completely straight, which makes it kind of a perfect satire. The second video is called What Actually Happened to Graggle Simpson. See, on the internet back in 2022, there was this big meme claiming that there was this Mandela effect, where this character here, Graggle Simpson, didn't exist in our universe. Obviously, Graggle Simpson never existed in any universe. However, this video sets out to explain why that's the case, and actually makes a pretty convincing case for it. However, the information is just completely inconsistent, and it's nonsense, claiming that a Simpsons episode came out on November 21st, 1963, where Graggle Simpson claims that he's gonna kill the president. However, to those who aren't very perceptive or just kind of stupid, this video would actually be really, really convincing in the way that it's presented. It uses music from Home, which is such an iconic staple of pretentious video essays. And the way that it's actually edited and presented is really, really cool. Their next video is my second favorite, and that is the analog horror of Alvin and the Chipmunks, how they broke up. Now this video is presented in the same style as the Annoying Orange one, where it all looks like it's an actual VHS recording. It explains the lore of how Alvin and the Chipmunks broke up, presenting it as if they were real people, or real chipmunks in the real world. It ends up getting pretty dark, but it's absolutely hilarious. I don't want to spoil it, since you should go to his channel and watch all of his videos right now. A video that you may be more familiar with is the analog horror of iCarly, which details a very strange Flash game that was on the Nickelodeon website that you could play based on iCarly. It was very strange and violent and creepy, and it's perfect. And of course, his most recent video, the analog horror of Annoying Orange, which again, you should go and watch, right now. But here's something special. We actually gonna get to see a sneak peek into how he made this stuff. If you become a member of his channel and pledge $5 a month, which I absolutely recommend, you'll be able to see the behind the scenes of the Annoying Orange video. He details how he actually makes his videos look so convincing, and that's because they actually are VHS footage. He uses a little CRT TV as a second monitor, puts an HD Premiere Pro edit into that CRT, and then records it with a VCR, and then records that tape with an Elgato, making it digital, and then having the finished product. Which is such an incredibly creative and cool way to make videos like this, and it's honestly genius. He also reveals how he actually just made the set of Annoying Orange by buying some tile at a Home Depot. You may be familiar with the old software called Alice. It's kind of like the software Scratch, where it's basically a kid's 3D animation software, and this is how he does the different shots. Which is amazing, because it's very, very early 2000s, very late 90s, and it's absolutely great. And what's interesting is that throughout the videos, you can actually hear that old high-pitched sound that every CRT TV emits. Not everyone can hear it, but if you can, you'll notice it. He also shows him actually creating the music that's seen in all these videos, which is really, really, really cool. I'm not going to show you his entire behind the scenes video because, well, if you want to see it, go give him $5 and become a member, because you should. But I really just wanted to bring attention to this amazing new creator, and I also want to remind you to not believe everything you hear on the internet. So here's the thing. I actually invited Systix onto my channel to come talk about his stuff. But before I talk to Systix, you gotta just get a quick word in from our sponsor, Manscaped. It's a good advertisement, just watch it. I put a lot of work into it, it's funny, just, yeah. Hey everyone, I'm the irritating tangerine. I'm actually an orange, but it just kind of works better. But yeah, basically, I'm here, and I don't really got much going on in the kitchen right now, except for, you know, I'm just kind of sitting here. I'm just kind of being irritating to all that are around me. Alright, you're putting me in the kitchen? Cool, all good. Hey, what are you? I'm the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0, if you couldn't tell. Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, I'm trusted by 9 million men worldwide for being like the #1 grooming product for their, you know, nether regions. You mean like their balls? Yeah, like their balls. I'm including a performance package, right? Performance package 4.0. Oh, and how is that exactly? I don't quite understand just yet. This thing is a game changer when it comes to creating the ultimate grooming hygiene bundle. Because I'm waterproof, you can trim in the shower and finally say goodbye to that mess in the bathroom. This little thingy that I'm sitting on, it's my charging dock. It's a wireless charging dock. All you gotta do is plug it in and tap me in and we're good to go. If you buy this performance package, right, you're not just getting me, but you're also getting the Weed Whacker 2.0, which is a fantastic nose and ear hair trimmer. You didn't even know you needed one of these things. Hell, you even get anti-chafing boxer briefs and a shed travel bag. It's really the best combo you could get. Huh. Now I'm really curious on account of the fact that I want to protect my testicles. That actually sounds like a pretty good product. But is there any chance that I could get it at a discount? Any cheaper? I'm glad you asked. If you go to manscaped.com and put in the code RAYMUNDO at checkout, they'll get your order 20% off and with free shipping. It's really one of the best deals you can get. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. I think I'm gonna go do that. And I think you should all go do that too. See, people call me irritating, and they profile me, they make fun of me, they call me bad names, they make me feel bad. But really, I'm a helpful orange, I'm a helpful tangerine, and I really just wanna help people get better men's grooming products for them, and that's what I'm doing today. So you know, like that's what I'm doing right now, and I just can't believe that people say that I wouldn't do that. I would is the thing, and I am doing that right now. So go over to manscaped.com/Raymundo or whatever it was, and put your get yourself a lawnmower 4.0, and you can be great just like he is. Listen to the orange. All right, everyone. So this is the one and only Systix, and now we're actually talking about all this stuff and how he made it and whatever. I don't have a script. I'm just kind of talking. So, I guess really what was the inspiration behind specifically this annoying orange analog horror video?
For me, the inspiration was the annoying orange is already pretty creepy as it is. And I've always like really been fascinated with early YouTube stuff. And so I wanted to like combine the two and make like this analog horror creepypasta kind of video where you have the annoying orange like actually like taking people's lives because they're like looking at their phone or because they have like their contacts corrupted. And like these people who are like oddly obsessed with the annoying orange for no reason at all.
I love that the post on the website that's like I had to be escorted out of the grocery store today.
I saw the oranges and had to be it's so good.
It's hilarious. You mentioned that you and your friends made that website. Was that before the project of the video, or is that like you made it for that video?
It coincided. So I was making an analog horror video. I was like, I'm gonna do the annoying orange. I was like, you know, it'd be funny to like poke fun at like a website. I was like, wait a minute. And so I went to Wix and I made a website. Basically, I did all like the UI stuff and I tried to make it look as old as possible. And I was like, okay, now I just need like a quantity of blog posts. And then I reached out to my friends. I was like, if you guys had an obsession with the annoying orange and hated him, what would you write? And they're like, okay, here's my blog post, here's my blog post. And it's really fun to include people on the videos like that because then you get like a lot of unique, fun jokes that you wouldn't have thought of yourself.
Yeah, that's perfect. It really it feels so real, and I think that's part of why so many people have blindly believed in this story. How many comments do you get that are like fully believing this and are scared by it?
I think 1 in 3
Okay.
for the newer videos.
That's a lot,
I think it's
honestly.
It's usually the younger viewers.
Right, yeah.
It's like there's two kinds of like viewers of the videos. There's the people who find it funny because they realize that it's not real, realize how stupid it is, and they think it's funny. And then there are people who are like genuinely terrified of it. And the fun part is, I feel like even if you lose that novelty, they're like, wait a minute, this isn't real. Then you rewatch and you're like, wait, this is really funny and really stupid.
Exactly.
And then you kind of become like part of that second group of viewers.
It's so good because I can see myself, it kind of reminds me of early YouTube. I'm kind of infatuated with early YouTube and early internet. I've kind of,
I love it so much.
It's so good. I mean, I myself, I think we can both say we kind of made our careers off of it. Your content captures it so well. I'm gonna guess it goes without saying that you were a kid on the internet back in the day.
Oh yeah, 100%.
With the chipmunks, where did that idea come from?
Honestly, I don't know. I think what I do for a lot of my ideas is I have my notes app, and I'll just like fill them with random ideas. And then it started with how Alvin and the Chipmunks broke up. And then I kind of like took on, I'm a big like Nirvana fan.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I really wanted to make it like, I kept seeing like that Simpsons grunge episode where like Homer becomes Nirvana. And then I started watching like the, I think Montage of Heck is the documentary. And then I was like, okay, it'd be really fun to like take Alvin and the Chipmunks and like make them into this like sort of grunge band. And then conveniently enough, I wish the video got deleted or something by the original poster, but I found the Sludge Fest, the Chipmunks on 16 speed. And like everyone in the comments was like, oh man, I met Alvin in 91 and he was in this bar in Joplin, and like all these people were like playing into it. I was like, oh, that's so much fun. And so I was like, let me make a documentary about that, where it's like, this was the band, this is how they broke up. Like Alvin became like a heroin addict.
That's
and
amazing.
I just loved the sort of camaraderie, and everyone would be like, man, I miss the old Alvin. And then like the manager got their hands on it and ruined it. It was like the same feelings I felt for like actual grunge bands.
Right.
But like completely in like a fictional and hilarious way.
It's so good. And as someone who grew up with the 2007 Chipmunks movies, as someone who's still an appreciator of Ian Hawke as one of the best characters in cinema, the video was such a hilarious piece. With the Graggle video, I myself in real life convinced a younger friend, alongside like 3 other people, that Graggle was indeed real. with the Graggle video, did people kind of get it that it was ironic? Because you mentioned a Simpsons episode from like the 1960s and stuff like that.
Yeah, some people, it was really funny. People like confidently get angry about it. They're like, you idiot, Simpsons was 1989. You're
oh
stupid.
My god.
And I was like, you know what? You're right, man. I'm so sorry. I'll do my fact checking next time. One guy, I cannot tell. He's gotten me at this point.
Okay.
It's a bit at this point, in a bit. His name is Alex Harsh. He has over 1,000 comments on that video saying, this is not real. It's on purpose. And it's so funny. I am praying that it's a bit, because it's so funny.
Right, Alex Harsh. If you're watching this, Alex, please confirm whether or not it's you feel genuinely, because it feels like it could really go both ways, where it's like you said, a bit within a bit, or it's just one of those people on the internet who get way too mad about something and just really stick onto it. And then with Golden Corral, was it kind of the same response? People were like, it's actually not that good, or did people kind of get it wrong?
I don't know, honestly. It's like that video didn't get like that much traction, but like with the people who did interact with it, I think I don't know if YouTube does like regional like promotion at first, but like a lot of the people who interacted with it, or maybe this is just because Golden Corral, the topic itself, is being recommended to people who went to Golden Corral.
Right.
But a lot of these people were either like, oh dude, best restaurant ever, or like, I got food poisoning there. Why are you telling people these things?
That's awesome. So people like played into the bit.
Yeah. I love when people play into the bits. Like, I'll see it happen on Alvin, I think the most. And I saw like a few funny ones on iCarly. Like, people will hone into it and they'll respond to it and bring their own like fun into it. I love the video of the stomping on the orange with Gangnam Style playing in the background. I saw someone, they tried, they're like, we found the footage.
No
way.
They
used like the AI, they used like AI music remover and like voice remover. They took all of it out. And so it's just like the original video, but like really kind of lower quality. And ironically, I think I like that one more because it sounds like way distorted and like older. It's like my higher quality original cut.
That is incredible. I love that commit. And this person, were they also trying to trick people, or was it part of the bit, do you think?
I think they were. I think they were in on it, where they're like, guys, look what I found. It's the original video from the website.
Oh my god, I love that. Do you plan on just continuing to do this exact thing going forward? Like, analog horror style videos about topics and making things up, essentially?
Oh yeah, in terms of like making shit up, I think that'll always be my video. I'm so excited. There's a Christmas video I want to make so bad.
Okay.
I'm so excited. In terms of the actual, I don't think future videos, there will be analog horror videos. I mean, I'll always keep the VHS style because I just love editing in that style. But my next video won't be like an analog horror of blank.
Okay.
But it'll essentially be the same.
So same format, but not the same, like, sort of naming conventions, essentially.
Yeah. So the next one, I think I want to try to switch more to like N64 graphic style.
Oh,
I think I have
okay.
a few ways of doing that. Instead of like converting to VHS, I found like an interesting effect where if you just film the CRT and put that over the original 3D animation, you get the CRT like grid scan lines, and that makes it look a lot more
that's
nostalgic.
really cool.
Yeah, no, I actually got my CRT at I don't know, I think it's called Brooklyn Vintage. I went there and I like I got this like little shitty cart and I put the TV in and I just wheeled it all the way back on the subway to my apartment. Please don't break this. I'd like carry it up the stairs. Yeah, you have to be careful with tube TVs. But the good thing is like, I really want to get there's one musician who puts her stuff on like CRTs in the background, and she got one of those prison like clear, like transparent
that's
TVs.
so cool.
And
Wait,
I love it so much.
did she make a video where she's like talking through a phone?
Yeah, she does that kind of art stuff.
Yeah,
Like,
I
she
saw
does
that
videos,
yesterday.
She does music.
She seems like such a cool person, honestly. Like,
Yeah, I saw the TV. She was like, "Here's my CRT collection." I'm like, "Damn, that's
yeah.
pretty cool." I can't even lie.
It's so cool.
I've always been like fascinated with like early media,
Mhm.
but like the thing that got me really into it was I basically made a telephone mic from an old I had an old rotary phone kind of thing, or not a rotary phone. It was one of those old like landlines, and I basically like took it apart and soldered like a microphone XLR cable to it. And it functions as a microphone now. And I remember I put that on like my story, and a friend replied from Pratt, like one of my friends named Ben. He was like, "Hey man, that's really cool. You should get into circuit bending." I was like, "What's circuit bending?" And circuit bending is where you take electronics, whether you take different like maybe music toys, or like maybe you take things that work with analog equipment, and you put like potentiometers and you add all of these devices to them that manipulate the circuitry. He showed me an emulator on Steam called Cathodimer, I believe that's what it's called, which is like emulates CRT circuit bending and video sim. And he was like, "Here's how you do it." I was like, "Wait, this is really sick." And I got really into it. And then I went ahead and went out and bought a CRT from the place I was talking about earlier. And that just got me really into it.
It brings me back to like 2007 and 2012 at the same time, like your style of video, especially with the Annoying Orange one, because it's like that kind of time period is when that was all happening, and like the early sort of, iOS that you show is really just brings me right back. Was that all just in Photoshop as well?
What I did was, for that, I found like a screenshot of someone taking a picture of their iPad. I scaled it up, made the app icon, put that in Photoshop, put that onto my phone as like a wallpaper, and then used my 2002 point and shoot to film my phone.
That's
how I got
amazing.
that aesthetic.
You don't skimp out on this. Like you take every step that you can to
No,
really...
that's my goal. I try. That's why I only make one video every 3 months.
And I mean, bro, you're like almost at 500,000 views after 10 days. Like, holy shit, that is...
It's really exciting.
It's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's fascinating because, you don't really see that level of kind of care. Because I'm going to assume you don't do this as like, a monetary venture. It seems like a passion project. I'm going to assume.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, I'm still in college. So like this is, I just realized I do film. And I realized I don't like traditional film.
Oh,
and I've
interesting.
always liked making YouTube videos. And so I decided like I'm just going to focus on that while doing school 100%.
That's perfect. I mean, it's such a good creative venture that I imagine it's gonna sort of pay off. Are your peers familiar with it as well? Have you been like known as the guy who makes the analog horror stuff within your circles, or not so much yet?
Very vaguely. I really haven't. I try to keep like, I don't know, because mostly like I don't know how to explain it to people like
Right.
who I'm friends with, or like I have like my close friend group that I talked about earlier that helped me with the blog post.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think anyone really knows, because like I don't know how to explain that yet. My friend's mom asked him, "What does he do with it?" Like my friend was giving me like old stuff, like old speakers, and I think this old stereo system.
Mm-hmm.
And their mom was like, "Why does he need this?" And so my friend was like, "Okay, hear me out." So he makes videos about like older stuff, but it's not real. But he uses old equipment to make it look real, and so he uses that old stuff in those videos.
It's so good.
And like it's very like it gets convoluted very quickly to explain, but like I feel like the people who like understand like internet culture who like participate in that, it's really easy. I just say like, oh, fake analog horror.
I saw that you have music out now. Is this the same music that you show in the videos, or is it new tracks?
Yeah, after the Graggle video, I believe, I stopped using Home and like Blade Runner music, and I started making my own, because there's a fascinating like conversation I had in a film class. And I've always like done music in recent years, like maybe the last 4 years I played guitar. And like I've always been really interested in that sort of like venue of creating. And we had an interesting conversation in my sound film class where there's this problem in films where directors will make films with soundtracks in mind, and then it turns out they can't use them, so they're like, okay, make something like this. And so that's why you'll see so many times in films, you'll see shots and people will be like, oh, I took this shot, but I added this song and it works perfectly. Because, or like this instrumental of a soundtrack from a film sounds just like this song. It's because directors will have these shots in mind when they make something. They'll have this music in mind, and it'll like not infect, but it will like sort of intrude on the vision, and it'll have like a footprint. I think it would be cool to take my music, like try to make something. I do the music now first because I want to have the music sort of be like the engine to the narrative, in the sense that we have this track and I want the identity of the video to be around the track. So the two feel homogenized, rather than I made a video and here's a song, I'm just going to add to it. And so at this point I was like, I'd rather just like practice and like get good at making the music for it.
And the stuff is really cool. I just pulled it up on iTunes here, because I still run an iPod from 2004, so I'm gonna buy the
my friend does that too.
track.
He has an iPod Shuffle for his car.
It's so awesome, and it's better because you don't get like notifications and stuff. It's
Exactly.
great. Do you see doing YouTube, like let's say something blows up, 4 million views, and people want to see more and more? Would you consider doing it like kind of in a more full-time sense, or do you want to just keep it as a side project?
If I got to do it full-time, that'd be great. I'd be really excited. It's just, I don't know if it'll get there. I hope it does. I'm gonna keep working on it. But like at this point, we'll see. I have 2 years left of school.
Okay.
And so if it's going well at that point, then I'll totally go for it. Right now, I'm trying to see my options.
Right.
Because it's the dream job. I love it. I love making everything. Like I love working on the music. I love doing the visuals, and I just love committing to it. I think it's so much fun doing all of that.
Yeah, like the fact that you enjoy doing it, that is beautiful. And now, do you do it, like, would you say you make these videos for yourself or for an audience, or kind of a mix of the two?
Definitely for a little bit of myself and for like my friends.
Mm-hmm.
I've been making videos for a while now. Like, you know, what if I just make video essays where I just fucking lie? But like I put an obscene amount of effort into those video essays to make them like as nice and personalized as possible. And so that kind of like checked all the boxes there.
It's perfect, and you're entertaining at this point, millions, really. And honestly, many more to come, because I personally, as someone who's been watching this sort of like horror nostalgia niche being, you know, something that I'm definitely a big part of, this stuff's gonna blow up, if not like more than it already has. 'Cause I mean, already this is doing really good, clearly.
If I ever get to 100K, that's when I'll tell my family.
Wait, does your family not know about this?
No.
Oh my god, the
still
cystic
haven't-
secret.
I haven't. It's just because like I want them to like. I want to be honest. Like I don't want them to think I'm not focusing on school.
Right.
Because I am focusing on school. I am doing my work. But also, it'd be very funny to like. I don't know how I'd explain it to them.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
like,
that's
yeah,
totally fair.
you gotta bear with me, please. I do this, and they're like, okay. Oh, but what about school? I'm like, I'm trying.
I don't know. I'm really excited to see what comes next. Is there any kind of teaser to what may be future projects? Are you keeping it all kind of under wraps?
I like to. My fear is that when I promote stuff, the problem is I like change my mind. Like the iCarly video, I'd been sitting on like video ideas for like, I forgot how many months at that point since the album video. I think it was like a month, or like almost a month and a half. I like hadn't thought of an idea, and then one day it just hit me, iCarly. And then I like crammed in like 2 weeks of work, and then I finished the video. The only thing I'll say is I really want to do something with Fred. Fred is
Ooh,
really
oh
funny to
yeah,
me.
yeah.
I really want to do something with Fred.
Okay, I can see that already. Because Fred is a dark ass show already. Like the subject matter with his mom and all that stuff.
His mom's an abuser, and he just kind of ignores it. His
Yeah.
dad's not in like the picture, but I guess they kind of retconned that with John Cena.
Yeah.
But that reminds me, for the Annoying Orange video, I actually had, like, leading up to it with dreams, I had a nightmare because me and my friends recently went up to the mountains, and I had a nightmare where we drove off the side of a mountain, and that's where I came up with the idea of the annoying orange, like knocking you off the mountain.
Oh,
on, like,
that's
GPS.
so good. That's amazing.
I was like, I like woke up. I was like, okay, I have to put this in the video.
Yeah.
And it like scared the shit out of me at like 2 a.m. So I was like,
I
okay,
imagine.
I have
Yeah.
to do this.
You're like, oh god, that was awful. What if the annoying orange did it to me though?
Yeah, exactly. One thing I do regret, I really wish for that scene where they're like the tire screeched out tire screeched out wave. I wish I would have added a slight annoying orange laugh. My regret. I wish I would have added that because it would have been so funny.
Did you know about the actual annoying talking orange app that existed?
Okay, so I originally did Talking Orange, but then I saw there was an app called Talking Orange.
Which I
And so
have
I was like,
installed.
no, wait. It's annoying Talking Orange, guys. It's annoying Talking Orange. They're not the same. You guys gotta believe me.
Yeah.
I specified annoying Talking Orange because I was like, please, do not sue me. Please do not. I do not want to cease and desist in the mail.
Well, here's the weird part, not to freak you out. Annoying Talking Orange, I think, was the original name of Talking Orange, and then it was changed visually. Like, here, let me find the link, because Annoying Talking Orange, it's the same, like, eyes and mouth that are on Talking Orange that you can currently get in the App Store.
Yeah.
But it's a very different app, and I was wondering if you'd seen that prior and were like, or had that as a kid.
No, I really wanted to make, like, I've always wanted to do, like, an app. Yeah, that's all the annoying orange. Like, anything where it's, like, a face on it, like the apple or the orange, that's me. I use my DSLR to record my face. It's so good. I remember seeing it and being like, damn, that thing's creepy. This works perfectly.
Yeah.
I'm already committed. This is so good.
Some of those talking pet games were kind of creep. Like, I don't know if you remember Talking Snowball, but you could, like, melt him and punt him.
I was thinking of Can Your Pet.
Oh, dude, Can Your Pet? I feel like we have different kind of, like, subgenres of analog horror. Like, we got the classic VHS and, like, you know, obviously there's so much analog horror. We got some digital horror, which is, like, early YouTube stuff, which is kind of what your stuff plays on, like, the two.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, is there gonna be, like, a digital horror that is specifically about early kind of apps and early phone sort of thing? I don't know.
Oh, I'm so excited. I've always said this. I'm so excited for iPhone nostalgia to take over.
Yeah.
And we get, like, all of these, like, films that look like they're shot on iPhone or, like, old smartphones. I'm really excited for that. And
yeah.
no, like, there's a lot of really... Have you seen... I'm sure you have. It's, for, like, digital horror. Have you seen Bugbo?
Yes. Yeah.
It's not even like digital horror, but it's just it leans so well into the Flash aesthetic.
It's so good.
It's just amazing. I just love it so much.
It's so good.
And like we're seeing more of that, and I'm really excited to see. Like there's Lacey's Game, which I think is like that leans into the horror aspect. There's like all these different. There's a good video for like I think there's icebergs or they're digital Flash or digital media horror videos. And they're all really good at like talking about those sort of digital horror aspect games where they play into like Flash aesthetics.
I made one myself back in 2022.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's called digital horror, the Gen Z childhood trauma genre. I coined the term 240p horror back in like 2021 before anyone actually like started doing it, but I was like, I feel like this is gonna come next. And then surely it did.
Yeah.
In my opinion, and many others, the future of analog horror will be from old YouTube videos and DVDs. We see some examples of this already, but I think it's gonna take off in the future. Like 240p horror is gonna be what it's gonna be, essentially.
Yeah, it's pretty popular now. I mean, that's what my friends will joke about. They're like, oh, you just make your video lower quality and people will like it more.
Yeah, honestly.
Just make it low fidelity and like people will enjoy it.
It's true. Because I knew as a kid, I had like a lot of annoying little talking character apps on my mom's phone.
Yeah.
Like, you know, some of the more popular ones like Tom and Carl and Ben and whatever. But it also kind of reminds me, what your video reminds me of is the Talking Angela controversy. A little bit. The predator looking through her eyes and like talking to children, where this seemingly innocent kids game actually has a real life effect to it.
Yeah, no, I love that sort of aesthetic.
I feel like people don't really think about these things critically. I wonder how many comments I'm gonna get on my video from people who haven't watched it all the way through. They're like, it's fake, what are you doing? You idiot!
I am excited for the opposite, for people to go, or that was fake?
Yeah, no, me too.
I told my mom we had to throw out our phones because I didn't want us to be hacked on the GPS.
I literally,
I'm waiting for that.
I cannot wait for both. It's gonna be really, really funny. Because, I mean, at this point, I feel like we probably share a decently similar audience. in terms of how kind of close the subgenres are.
Oh, you know, I just remembered there was recently. YouTube does have that like copyright content ID system now, where you can see when people use your videos.
Yes, yeah.
And so I saw it was a VTuber,
Oh,
and they were reacting to the videos. And for like the first 3 videos, they're like, "Guys, no way this is real. I need to find out this is real." And they watched iCarly, and they watched Annoying Orange, and they couldn't tell. And then they watched Golden Corral, and they were like, "I think this isn't real." And then I think they stopped watching after that.
yeah, it's so good. But in terms of my questions, I think that's about it. This has been really great. Is there anything else that you'd like to say before we end it off?
I think that's everything. I hope you guys liked it so far. I hope you liked all of that.
Hey guys, this is the Annoying Orange here, and I'm asking you now to make sure you subscribe to the channel, both Raymundo2112 and Systix. They're both great channels. Subscribe to them, because that'd just be cool, and you're going to get great content in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video on account of the fact that it was a good video, and there's a good chance you did enjoy it. Yeah, so have a fantastic day, night, or evening. Buy a Raymundo plushie, and have a great one. See ya!